Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, and Merry Christmas, everybody. I just want to jump on right quick to share a very special message with those of you joining us. Let me first of all say Merry Christmas to you. I hope that you're having a wonderful time with your family and your friends. And we just are so thankful to the Lord for the opportunity to be here today to share just a few words with you concerning Christmas and what Christmas is all about. You know, the story is told about two women who were dressed in their finest clothes, and they were having lunch at a very exclusive restaurant. One of their friends noticed them from across the room, and so the friend walked over and greeted them, and the friend asked them, "Hey, what's the special occasion?" And one of the women said, "Well, we're celebrating the birth of my baby. Today's his birthday. He's 2 years old, and we're here to celebrate his birthday." Just then, the friend who asked the question looked around and didn't see a baby. And so the friend asked the lady, "Where's the baby?" And the sister replied, "Well, I dropped him off at my mother's house. He's staying with his grandmother, my mother. Uh, he's going to stay there until the party is over. It wouldn't have been any fun with him here." How ridiculous is it to have a birthday party for a child and the child is not even invited to the celebration? And my brothers and sisters, that's how many people treat Christmas. They have parties filled with eggnog and singing about Rudolph and Frosty, a big celebration, except the baby, the one for whom the party is about, is rarely invited to the celebration. And so today, I just want to jump on real quick to encourage you during this Christmas holiday. Don't forget about Jesus, because Jesus is the reason for the party. Jesus is the reason for the celebration. He is the reason for this season. The Bible declares in Isaiah 9, verse 6, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace." Let me drop four biblical truths on you on why we should celebrate Jesus this Christmas holiday. Why should we celebrate Jesus during Christmas? Well, this text tells us at least four reasons why you and I should celebrate Jesus. We should celebrate Jesus because he is a wonderful counselor. Jesus is a wonderful counselor. The text says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor." Now, whatever else that means to us, we ought to remember today that when life confuses us, Jesus, as our wonderful counselor, comes to console us and to comfort us. But not only should we celebrate Jesus this Christmas because he's a wonderful counselor, but number two, we ought to celebrate Jesus because he is the mighty God. He is the mighty God. Once again, the text says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God." My brothers and sisters, we ought to celebrate Jesus because he is a mighty God. And that means that when you and I come to the end of what we can do, Jesus steps in and does what only he can do. There is no situation, there is no predicament, there is no power that is more mightier than Jesus. Maybe today you're not having a Merry Christmas. Maybe you're faced with the loss of a loved one or challenges. Maybe something is going on in your life that is very discouraging. Be encouraged today to know that Jesus is a mighty God and he can help you overcome anything that tries to overwhelm you. He's a wonderful counselor. He's a mighty God. But thirdly, he is the everlasting Father. He is the everlasting Father. The text says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God." Here it is, the everlasting Father. And whatever else this means to us today, we ought to celebrate Jesus, because when other people reject us, Jesus steps in and he accepts us. I don't know about you, but it's encouraging to know that I've got an everlasting Father, an eternal Father, a faithful Father who will always be there with us and will never leave us nor forsake us. When others reject us, Jesus accepts us. And so fourthly, not only should we celebrate today because Jesus is a wonderful counselor, he's a mighty God, he's the everlasting Father, but finally, we ought to celebrate Jesus because he is the Prince of Peace. He's the Prince of Peace. Once again, the text says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace." Listen, if there's anything we need in today's world, my brothers and my sisters, it is peace. We're living in a combative, chaotic world. Mothers are against fathers, fathers against mothers, parents against children, black people against white, white against black, Democrat against Republican, Republican against Democrat, rich against poor, poor against rich. Our world is filled with chaos and division. But we can celebrate today because Jesus comes as the Prince of Peace. And whatever else that means, it means that when the storms of life try to sink us, when they sink us, Jesus steps in and he saves us. So my brothers and sisters, today, on this glorious Christmas day, we ought to celebrate Jesus because he is a wonderful counselor. We ought to celebrate Jesus because he is a mighty God. We ought to celebrate Jesus because he is the everlasting Father and he is the Prince of Peace. And so today, I'm going to join along with the great preacher and the great writer, Charles Wesley, who many, many years ago wrote that classic Christmas hymn of the church. "Hark, the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King, peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful, all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark, the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King." My brothers and sisters, you can have a Merry Christmas regardless of how many presents you have under your tree, because as long as you've got Jesus, you can and will have a Merry Christmas. Listen, I want to extend to you a very Merry Christmas from our family to yours. Let's celebrate Jesus on today. Have a blessed day today, and we're looking forward to seeing you once again on this social media platform. I love you. God bless you, and Merry Christmas to you.